In the last training, we took a look at the step 2 of the recruiting exercise, talking about the aptitude test stage, and we saw that there are different formats of the aptitude tests, and we saw the reason for the aptitude test, and also saw that some companies, they skip the aptitude test stage totally and go right on to the step 3 of the recruiting exercise, which is the job interview stage proper. Now, you should know that during the job interview stage proper, which is the stage where you meet one-on-one with the recruiting officers and get to prove personally, you meet with them, you face with them. It could be a one-on-one interview, it could be a panel, it could be an executive interview. You prove to them that you are the right candidate, that you are the right fit for the particular job position in questions. Now, during this stage, the job hunters are tested in 3 main key areas. We are talking about the physical packaging, the mental packaging, and the psychological packaging. Now, the physical packaging dwell on how you look physically, how you package yourself, whereas the mental and psychological packaging dwell generally on body languages and how to tell about your persons. The third stage of the recruiting exercise is perhaps the most important. I will repeat, as you meet face to face with the recruiting officers to prove once and for all that you are the right person for the job position. Now, what is physical packaging for job interviews? For job interview, physical packaging entails how you look and dress. When going for interviews, whether you are male, female, or transgender, it doesn't matter. You are expected to dress on a suit and not a coat. You need to look professional. You need to look smart. Now, the suit is totally different from the coat. For interviews, you put on a suit and not a coat. The suit is the one that follows your body. It fits you, makes you look professional, makes you look prim. Now, if you want to, I believe that many of us must have, back in those days, must have watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And you see how Frank Edoho dresses. The suit follows his body. That is how a suit looks like. Now, the coat is the one that is very, very big, very, very bogus, makes you look larger than you actually are. That even when you're inside the AC environment during interview, if you are putting on a coat, you still be sweating. And a very good example of a coat is the one worn by Clark Kent, Superman. You see, it's very, very big, very, very large. You don't wear a coat for recruiting exercise. You are not going to look professional. Aside suits, interviewers are also going to be taking a look, taking note of your hairdo, your perfume, shoes, make your nails. As a matter of fact, your general outlook matters a lot during what? Interviews. Now, still on physical packaging, you are well dressed, you are looking very, very okay. They are still going to be checking your hairdo. If you are male, make sure that your hair is well trimmed. Your base all well trimmed. You are looking professional. Do not fry your hair as a male. You don't look gayish. Don't fry your hair as a male. You don't put on earrings. You see some males will put on 2-3 earrings, except you're a footballer or a musician. Then for the female also, talking about your hairdo, you don't go on crazy hairstyles. You don't go on crazy hairstyles at all. All those hairstyles that are degrading, that are long to your waist for recruiting exercises, you don't go on such hairstyles. As a matter of fact, for female, there are 2 colors of hairdo. It's either all brown or all black. all brown or all black. You do not mix up your hair white, purple, green, red, yellow. You are not looking like a masquerade. Not at all. The hair should be very, 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 very professional for physical packaging. Now, all those crazy hairstyle, back to the male, all those crazy hairstyle, the one you call mohawks, you call it galaxy, that makes you look like a tout. For job interviews, professionally, your hair should make you look responsible. Multinational firms are looking at persons that will represent their brands. They are not looking for criminals, they are not looking for touts. Now, if you are well dressed, there's one thing about a suit. Even if you are a criminal, even if you are irresponsible, the moment you put on a suit, you look professional, you look very, very sweet, and people tend to trust you more. Now, what color of suit should you wear for interviews? There are 4 colors of suits that is professionally recognized worldwide. We are looking at black, we are looking at dark blue, we are looking at the ash color, and we are looking at dark brown. For the males, if you are putting on a dark suit, the up and the down must be black. That they should be of the same material, not that you put on the one you call blazers, they will not wear chinos or jeans as the trousers. No, the up and the down must be the same. Then if you are putting on a black belt, you should put on a black shoe. Exactly. Not black belt, you now put on brown shoe, because all these things, they are going to be grading you on them on physical packaging. Very, very important. Now, for the females, if you are putting on a black, you can put on the top and the down, just like the males must be the same. You can wear a trouser suit or a skirt suit depending on the company. You can go to their website and check out their dressing codes. Now, you shouldn't go on interviews dressed on a micro mini skirt. The skirt should fall just below your knee. That's okay and professional, because the moment you see that skirt that is below your knee is going to push upwards. Now, if you are putting on a micro mini skirt, the moment you see that it push upwards, it now appears as if you are putting, it's just panties that you are putting on. You don't want that for recruiting exercises. Dressing for recruiting exercise is very, very important. It tells a whole lot about your personality. Now, this is also very, very important, especially for the males. If you are putting on a plain suit, make sure that your inner is plain and your tie is plain. If you are putting on a striped suit, your shirt and your tie should be plain. It should be striped too. Striped suit goes with striped tie, striped shirt. Plain suit goes with plain tie, plain shirts. Very, 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 very important. And please, all those strange colors all those strange extraneous colors like purple, green, white, yellow should not be worn to interview. You don't want to appear like a musician at all, or a magician or a circus owner. You don't want that. So it should all be very, 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 very professional. I want you to go and learn the books that came with the video. Go through it carefully, especially on the area of physical packaging. It is very, 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 very important. Now, the problem that recruiting officers normally have during interviews boils down to the females. When it comes to physical packaging, I want to just dwell a bit on that of the female. Now, if you as a female you are going for a job interview, observe the normal protocol of putting on the 4 colors of suit, whether black, dark blue, ash color, or dark brown. You must go dress on a suit. If you are a Muslim lady, You can cover, you put on the suit, you can also wear your hijab, you are allowed to wear socks and hand gloves. We are going to know, they are going to know that yes, of course, that you are a Muslim. That is your religion. It is allowed. You can also cover your hair for recruiting exercises as a Muslim. It is allowed. Now, for the Christian ladies that don't cover their hair, I've told you what you do. Make sure that the hair color is either all black or all brown. You can even come with your natural hair, as long as it is not tinted with funny color. It is look natural. Now, talking about your earrings as a lady, come do it with moderacy. All those long tired earrings, all those long tire earrings that can dangle into a machine, maybe pull off your ear, it is not allowed, it is not obtainable during recruiting exercises. Now, when it comes to physical packaging, it is not just for job interviews alone. For those that are interviewing, internship interviews, going for internship interviews, IT placement interviews, embassy or visa interviews, scholarship interviews, this third aspect of the recruiting exercise is very, very, very important. You dress and package yourself professionally when you are going for these interviews. So though this package, this training is tailored for those going for job interviews, it also applies for those going for the embassy or visa interviews, for those going for the scholarship interviews, going for the IT placement interviews, in any kind of interviews at all. This third stage of the recruiting exercise applies a lot. Even those going for contract and deals, you need to look, going for loans, you need to look very, very professional. It tells a whole lot about your person and goes a long way into saying that you secure the opportunity. Now, if that is noted still on the females, I told you that the problem is always with the females. The shoe you put on, you put on a shoe, all those heavy steel shoe, all those demi-moore Sharon Stone shoe with very, very long stilts. Try as much as possible to avoid them, because if you walk into an interview, you have never worn such shoe before, then you now wear it for a recruiting exercise, then you now you catwalk in. Make sure that as you are going out after the interview, you also catwalk out. You don't catwalk in and then you now dog walk out. Then also, why the shoe is also very important is that if you have never used steel shoe before and you now say because it's an interview you now put it on, you want to look cute, professional, as you are trying to walk in, because you have not used it before, you might just slip and fall down, maybe fracture your ankle. The interview is over for you, now end up in the hospital. The shoe you should be putting on should be the one called loafers. The shoe, it almost like a male shoe. It makes you look professional. So that's the one you put on. You don't put on slippers for recruiting exercise. The physical packaging for job interviews is very, very important. We had an interview not too long before the pandemic. We had an interview that was in Kaduna, and then it was held in a hotel. The person that came for the interview, we are talking about graduates, that some of them have spent 2-4 years at home after their NYSC program. They have not gotten something really meaning. They are employed, they are not gainfully employed. So when they came for the interview, we were taking notes of their dressing. All of them that came, none was professionally dressed. One of the engineering students was even putting on a very, very bogus, worn out coat. That goes to tell you that most of the things relating to career development, especially in the area of job interviews, corporate ethics and physical packaging, for interviews, graduates, undergraduates, they are not aware of them. And that is why we hold trainings in tertiary institutions, acquainting students of what it takes to secure gainful opportunities in multinational firms. Now, still on the female, for physical packaging during job interviews, the makeup you are putting on should be mild. Ladies, they are making up they first of all clean up the face. After cleaning up the face, they now apply, I think, what they call foundation, as if it's a building. Then after they have done that, they now apply shadow to the face. They have their natural shadow, but they are not satisfied with that. They now apply an additional shadow. They create an additional shadow for themselves. They no longer like the one that God gave to them. They now polish up the face. I've seen ladies do this. They now polish up the face. Now, when they are done, after they are done, somebody that was dark complexion is now looking fair complexion, totally different from who she really is initially. They have made up their face, and most of them are now looking like mannequins. Now, you don't want this for recruiting exercise. The recruiting officer or officer should be able to identify who you are from what they have seen online. Not when you can come in, you are dark. You are coming in, you are now looking very, very fair, and they will be asking you questions. Are you Miss so and so? No, you don't want to get them confused. Do everything with moderacy. Even your lashes, your fingernails, very, very important. Then don't use too much power full color for your fingernails. Maybe you are putting on red fingernails. Some will put on red. Their fingernails are red. Their lipsticks they are red. Their shadows, their facial shadows or whatever they call it, is reddish in color. They are putting on red camisole. They come for an interview. Even their hair, they have dashes of red on it. You ask them to sit down during recruiting exercise. They pick a red chair and now sit down. Are you a native doctor? All these things, recruiting officers takes cognizance of them. So you make sure that you observe all these details. Now, for the perfume you are putting on, is still a part of the physical packaging. Whether you are male, you are female, make sure that you put on a mild smelly perfume that follows your body. If you have body odor, whether male, you are a female, you go for recruiting exercise, the interview is not going to take long. Now, because if you have body odor, you walk into the interview environment, the powerful smells that come from your body become accentuated. It becomes stronger because of the chilling AC environment. And if it so happens that maybe one of the recruiting officers is asthmatic, the thing could get into the nursery, either the harsh smelling perfume or the body odor, and the recruiting officer falls down, maybe faints or dies. You have now become a killer. So if you have body odor, what you do is that you can start bathing with native soap to eliminate all those body odor. Then you are going for an interview, you put on a mild smelly perfume. Same thing with mouth odor. Mouth odor is a killer. It is very, very dangerous. And these things spring from the tummy. You are going for a recruiting exercise. You know you have mouth odor. Trust me, there is no recruiting officers that will take good of you if you are talking to him and the smell from your mouth. In fact, the interview is not going to last very, very long. They just will ask you. We have experienced this during interviews. The question will be very, very, may we meet you, and that's it. The interview doesn't take up to 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it's all over. You are thinking you have done well. Nobody will call you back again, and you now go home. 1 week, 2 weeks, because of course they will tell you that they will reach they will reach out to you. They will never reach out to you ever again, because you have failed it. Your mouth odor has denied you the opportunity. All you need to do is go to the pharmacy, tell them your problem, they give you, and there's a cure for it, they give you that, and you take it off. Or if you have a bad tooth that is causing it, remove the teeth or fill it up. Mouth odor is not supposed to be a part and parcel of you. Then if you are eating all those food that are disturbing your stomach, causing the mouth odor, emitting all those gases, you cut it off. So that is how you take care of the mouth odor. Now let's still take a look at the physical packaging. No, we told you that you should put on a suit. See, this is all for physical packaging for men. When going for an interview, men should put on a suit. It should be of any 4 colors: black, dark blue, dark brown or ash color, pink color, or red suit that makes you look like a magician, not acceptable. Suit should be of the same color. Black suit goes with black trousers of the same material and color. Putting on of hats, caps during recruiting exercises, the third stage of it, is not acceptable. Plain suit goes with plain shirt and plain tie. Striped suit with striped shirt and tie. No bow tie is allowed. You don't wear bow ties for recruiting exercise. Black belt goes with black shoe. Wear cut and trim and neat fingernails. No wearing of earrings for males. You put on a mild fragrance or perfume. No body odor is tolerated. Then wear a fresh smelling breath. Make sure the mouth is smelling fine. The dress for men during job interview is a fitting suit. It gives you that professional corporate look and makes you look professional as well. Check Frank Edo of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Any firm would want to employ his services, if not for the dressing alone. Then the physical packaging for women. When going for an interview, women should put on a suit just like their male counterpart. The suit should be of any colors: black, dark blue, dark brown or ash color, pink color, red suits, purple suits. White suit that makes you look like a priestess is unacceptable. Shoes should be of the same color. Black suit goes with black slacks of the same material and color. Could be trouser or skirt suits. Putting on of hair ties is not allowed. Muslims should put on a suit as well. They are allowed to cover their hair, hand gloves and socks. Professional shoes, no slippers. Avoid dangerous steel shoes, as I spoke on earlier. Fixing or braiding or natural hair is allowed. Neat fingernails. Then all those dangerous chaser or tire earrings, not acceptable. Put on a mild fragrance or perfume. No body odor. Wear a fresh smelling breath. Now, for the females, I want to say something here, something very, very practical and noticeable. If you are a female, for the suits, you can put on a camisole, or you can put on a shirt inside, or it could be short sleeve or long sleeve that fits you. Now there are different kinds of women. Talking about packaging, the frontal packaging, I'm talking about if you are boosty or you are not busty. Now, if you know that the Lord has richly blessed you, you are very, very busty. If you are putting on a camisole, make sure that the camisole you are putting on covers those things. You don't put on a camisole that divides your boobs into 2 parts, that cuts it into 2 parts. No. Then during interviews, you now come for interviews. We have seen some ladies do this. They do this, and recruiting officers know that these things are deliberate. You see a lady, she's well packaged like that. She's very, very busty. She now puts on a camisole and everything. The boobs are stretching the elastic material almost to breaking points. And during interview, and the lady will now still put a necklace and throw it in the middle of those 2 mountains. And they now sit down during the interview as We are talking to them, asking them questions. They will not deliberately maybe drop their handkerchief or drop their handset, and they will not say, "Yeah, sorry, sir." They will not bend down. All those big things we not just push out and face the recruiting officers. Now, you don't need to do all those things. You don't need to seduce the recruiting officer to get the job. It is not necessary. Just go there, do your thing, follow all this training, and you will get the opportunity. You don't need to seduce anyone or sleep with anyone to get a particular opportunity. And you don't know if the person you are trying to seduce, if he's a very, very spiritual person. The moment you do that, you have lost it out. Or let's even say that the person plays along. Maybe the person takes you out after the interview. You have one, you get intimate, and that is it. That is the only thing you will get. You will end up not getting the opportunity. So for ladies that are very, very busty, make sure that everything is well covered. If you are putting on a camisole, so even a shirt, you don't need to loosen that one button to show your cleavages. It is not professional at all. It doesn't tell good about you. Now, for those also that it appears as if everything there is flat, they are looking like males. How do you now package? You do not want to put on a shirt inside. Then you now put on a trouser. Maybe at the back side there is nothing there at all. It's all flat. Then you now walk into the interview room. We are wondering if a male has walked into the interview arena. Not at all. Please help yourself, help your future, help your generation. If you know that there is nothing there, that the thing is like granules, what you do is that you put on something that at least will bring it out. Your dressing should bring it out. That is why it's called physical packaging. You can get all those factory fitted fufus. You put it on, you now look female. Very, very important. When you have gotten the job, you can drop all those things aside. The main thing for at that point in time is that you want to secure the opportunities. So go through the material again. All these things are very, very important. Persons, graduates, job hunters, job seekers, they often don't know that the way they package themselves, works on the psyche of the recruiting officers and helps with building rapport. Because if you are looking sweet, you are looking cute, you are smelling nice, you are wearing a smile on your face, which is also part of the physical packaging. You don't have mouth odor, you don't have body odor. Already you are 150% of the rate, because it helps with building rapport between yourself and the recruiting officer. So that is it for physical packaging for male and female. Now I'm going to show you some pictures so that you see how it is. Now this is male pictures for recruiting exercise. Now look very well. Look at the pictures very well. Who is wrongly dressed and who is properly dressed? If you look from the left to the right, let's start with from the left to the right. Now, that is a one-button suit. I didn't make mention of this earlier. If for the suits, you can put on a one-button suit or a two-button suit or a three-button suit for interviews. If you are putting on a one-button suit, like this man on the left, like this man on the left, sees a one-button suit, you button it up just like he did. Now, if you are putting on like this by the right hand side, this by the right hand side, if you are putting on a 2 or 3 button suit, if it's a 3 button suit, button the first 2 buttons and leave the third one flying. If it's the 2 button suit, button only the first one, leave the second one flying. It is very, very important that you do it. That's how you dress for recruiting exercise or for professional settings. Now, anything that is more than 3 buttons any suit that is more than 3 button, now have 4, 5, 6, 7, has become a safari. That is no longer a suit. It's either a coat or a safari. So the modern trend, fashionable trend for suit is that it should be either 1 button, 2 buttons, or maximum 3 button suits. Now the one in the middle, is he professionally dressed? No, not at all. Why? Because he's not putting on a tie. For interviews, you should wear, if you are putting on a suit, you should wear a tie. When you have gotten the job, in some cases you cannot dress like this. It's kind of casual dressing like this. You cannot dress like this. See the hairstyle should be very, very okay. Also, when you are going for an interview, you can hold a folder that has your CV, your document inside. Now, this is for the female. This suit, very, very okay. By the right hand side, the lady is looking professional. Then by the left hand side, though she's looking sweet, but this is not how you dress for interview, because she is looking quite casual. You see it, and she's holding a very, very big bag. You do not go with a shopping bag for recruiting exercise. No, you go with a bag that can take your CV. It could be a portfolio, it could be a folder that your CV will get into, and you don't need to fold the CV. So this is how you dress for recruiting exercise. Now, this is the wrong attire for job interview, and these are perfect examples of coats. These are perfect examples of coats. Putting on of igeles, ashoke, adire, putting on of oversized coat, putting on of hats are not allowed for recruiting exercises. You do not dress for interviews the way this lady dressed. Take note of that. So we are going to end it here, and when we come back, we are going to be looking at the kinds of job interviews, the most common of them that you should expect. Thank you.